Barbecue fans, you know we're always looking for a little something to add a little extra spice, a little extra bump to whatever you're putting on the grill. These two guys have got just the thing. Our buddy Scott Chase from KZ106, host of the Road Show in the afternoons, joining us.
How are you, buddy?
Good, Scott. How are you?
Good.
Who's this good-looking young'un you got here with you?
Our youngest son, Mason.
Mason. So Mason's going to be helping in and telling us a little bit about this story. It's Old 41 barbecue sauce. First thing off the bat, how'd you guys come up with a name for this?
When I was a little boy, we lived in Evansville, Indiana, and my grandfather, my papa, lived in Seabury, Kentucky. There was a couple of different ways to get there. That was before the interstate system was up and running. There was Highway 41, and there was alternate 41, or we used to call it Old 41.
Yeah.
And so we're going to make the trip down there to visit my grandparents. My dad would go, which way you want to go? And there was a little barbecue place between Evansville, Indiana, and Seabury, Kentucky, that we used to stop, and we'd drink, have the sauce, and there was a couple of different styles at that point. I was like, what do you want? I want that hot sauce. I was a little bitty guy.
Right.
And so I got kind of accustomed to that place, and years later, after we'd made sauce, and there was a couple of different recipes that my mother and my sister had put together, and we bottled it. And we had it ready to go. I was with Dan Brown on our way to Athens to have lunch with Scotty Mayfield. And we were driving. I go, man, I got the sauce, but what are we going to call it? And I was telling Danny Brown the story, and he goes, well, I'll tell you what you're going to call it, Old 41.
That's Danny Brown through and through, isn't it? And you and I have got a long barbecue and cooking mutual love that goes back long time. You pass that love for barbecuing and grilling on to the boys?
Both. His older brother, Tanner, and to him, too. They grew up around the grill and around the sauce, and it's kind of what we do.
Yeah, it really is, especially this time of year. All right, Mason, let me ask you this. Yeah. What did you think when your dad came up and said, here's what we're going to do, and here's what your part's going to be in it? Because you're going to be running the Old 41 Sauce Company, right?
Yeah.
What's the biggest challenge you're looking at?
Well, it's just honestly, just the mass amount of things that go into it. And
just being dynamic and getting out there, man. I mean, talking to folks, and we know how to make the sauce. We know how to cook the barbecue. Running the business is a little different thing for us. It's a learning process, but we're into it, man. It'll be good.
I want to ask the two of you this. What did you think when you first saw the barbecue sauce getting?
Oh, my gosh.
It was the best feeling you could ever imagine.
Really?
Yeah. Better than anything. It was like a dream come true, really.
All right, now what about the sauce, the practical application of it? Is this kind of a marinade sauce? Is it a basting sauce, a finishing sauce?
We finish with the sauce. It's got, a great glaze when you put it on near the end, although I know some people that use it as a marinade for like shrimp and then grill the shrimp. There's another lady who worked at the radio station, Stacy, who worked on Nash Icon for a period of time. She used to put it in her meatloaf, make the meatloaf, put it in the refrigerator, and the next day cook it, and she loved it like that. She's a big fan.
No kidding. Well, there's so many different regions in the country that have got their own barbecue, and they all lay claim to the best, whether it's over in the Carolinas, down in Alabama, which there's Big Bob Gibson's got this white sauce down there, which tastes good, but you look at it and you go, no, I don't think it really flies with meat. So what is your secret ingredient in the Old 41 sauce?
Secret? We can't tell you the secret ingredient, of course.
Just tell me. We'll turn the audio off so the audience can figure this out. But I'll tell you what we're going to do here.
Okay.
We're going to take a bottle, we're going to open it up. We'll pour a little bit in each of these glasses, and then we're all going to have a little sip of it.
This looks familiar. We've been down this road.
Yes, we have. Hopefully we'll go down it again. So I want to take a sip, and I want to tell you the first thing that pops into my mind.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Tangy. Not overly tangy. It's really good. What's the first thing that if you were trying this for the first time you would think?
It has just enough spice to make it not too sweet.
Good point. Good point.
It's just got that
It really does. Got a good aftertaste.
Right here. Oh, yeah, it really does.
It really does. And we have some
oh, my gosh.
pieces of ribs here.
Have you been near the grill?
Well, not in the past day or two.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to have to do a little taste testing on this here in just a couple of minutes.
Okay.
All right, this sauce is soon to be available in stores all across the area. Can't wait. What you guys have got 6 cases of this here.
We do.
What was your initial bottling? How many bottles did you run?
You know exactly. I think what...
I think it was around the area of 2,300 bottles.
2,300 bottles. Yeah. Wow. I can tell you, I don't often endorse barbecue sauces, but this one is good. I really think you're going to like this. So I'm going to take a little taste test here.
Okay.
You don't mind, do you?
I like this show.
Great accompaniment.
Yeah.
And I never would have thought of putting barbecue sauce on shrimp.
Yeah.
She just lets it marinate for a little bit.
Marinate for a short period of time, and then grills it.
Wow.
Loves it.
Got to
It's
tell
good.
you, if you want to get hooked up with this, and with these guys, you'll hear Scott talking about it on KZ106 in the afternoon. It's Old 41 barbecue sauce. It's just plain good. Website is up and running as of right now.
At 041sauce.com.
Old41sauce.com. These guys are going to be coming back and joining us with a future Chips on the Grill segment. That is a promise.